This is Live for Love TV. Live for Love TV. Yes, I am.
One step more. One step more. One step more. Until you reach your goals. One step more. Save them soul. One step more. One step more. How good it is to reach the
Live for Love TV. This is Live for Love TV. Live for Love TV.
Hi, welcome back for Live for Love TV, 8th day of the 5th month of the 21st year of the 21st century. Certainly hope everyone's doing well out there. Today we're going to talk about intelligence, what it is and what it isn't. Intellect, to be precise. Now, I'm going to start off with something that will make you see where I'm coming from and how my journey came to where I am today and what I'm doing today. When I was less than 4 years old, maybe 3 years old, I went to a nursery in the UK. Now, a nursery is pre-infants. It's before you even start infant schools. It's just a nursery. It's a very, I don't know what you would call it in America, if it's kindergarten or before, pre that, or preschool. Let's call it preschool. And I can remember going there, and in those days, you do a little bit of running around, and then you didn't do any learning. You did a bit of running around, and they didn't even have these little beds that they put you in the afternoon because you needed a little nap. I can remember it very well. But anyway, one particular day, I was put in a corner by the teacher of that time with a pointed witch-looking hat with a big D on it. And I'm sure you can understand that. That D stood for dunce. Now, I'm only 3 years old, but I can remember it like it was yesterday. And I can remember my mum coming up and hearing about it and going ballistic. She knows her son's not dunce, but you know, she went ballistic. She's a very quiet woman, but she went ballistic on that. But the reason I bring that up is because it set the stall out for me for the rest of my school years going forward, because I remembered it. And I never, ever, throughout my whole of my school years, listened to an authority or a teacher growing up with any interest. Once through infants, through junior school, then we went to high school. I never took any teacher serious. When they were teaching us, I was spending my whole time observing them, because I know even at a very young age, that anybody that will put a dunce hat on a child, a very young child, has got to be dunce. To me, they're not intelligent. They can't be. So that told me quite clearly that I was dealing with some form of unintelligent people, and I've never respected them. And so as time went on, as you can see, I didn't do that well in school, but I'm happy I didn't do well in school, because intelligence in school meant you did what you were told. That was what they marked you on. If they said put an L here and you put an L there, you got a good mark. A T there, a 2 there, a 4 there, a 6 there, you got a good mark. No critical thinking skills were given to us in school whatsoever. We couldn't work out anything in school. All we did was what we were told. We got an A+. We carried on that till we went to college. Then you go to higher education, and you're doing the same thing the whole time. It never changes. You really don't know how to think. So then you go out into the working world and you start to work. As you start to work, you start to accumulate materialistic things. And you do, you're told you're doing well. Now, this is the most important thing I want people to listen to. You're told you're doing well. You've got your house, you've got your car, you've got your family. You're told you're doing well, but deep down, you don't feel like you're doing well. You feel things are going wrong, and you see things going wrong, but somebody's telling you, you got a good job. Somebody's telling you, you're doing well. You're successful, but you know you're not successful. Inside, you know this, but you continue and you continue. And you don't become intelligent, as far as I'm concerned, in the real meaning of intelligence until you are working on behalf of yourself and those who you care about. When you're working on behalf of other people, and I'm not just talking about working for anybody in a 9-to-5 situation, but you're working for the betterment of them without the betterment of yourself, then you can't be intelligent. Often people know that they should be doing something, but the first thing they'll say to you is, oh, I wish I was doing that, or maybe keeping myself fit, or maybe doing this or going, but I don't have the time. Now, that statement is not really correct. When you say you don't have the time, you should rephrase it to saying, I don't have the intelligence. Because if you don't have the time to do what you need to do for you, then you're not intelligent. Because it's the most precious thing a human being has. It's not his car, it's not his house, but the time. Your time is not infinite in a physical state. Your time is finite. You only have a certain amount of it. So you can't allow anybody to use up your time except you for the benefit of you. And when that's happening, and it's happening to almost all of us, it happens to all of us at some point, and probably happens to most of you listening to me now, you don't really own your time. Somebody else is in control of your time. And that is where you need to change that word from time to intelligence. When you become intelligent, you become the master of your time. Everything you need to do while you're in this body, you will be able to do because you are mastering your time. It seems almost impossible to do, but it is impossible if you allow other people to tell you you're doing well when you know deep down you're not doing well. The fact that you change your car every year doesn't mean you're doing well. The fact that you can put on your loft conversion and what else, your extension, or move your house to another area, that's not doing well because somebody is telling you that you're doing well. Somebody is saying it looks like your life is good and you're successful. You know, when you look in the mirror, when you go to bed at night, you know if you're successful, you know if your intellect is working on behalf of yourself truly. And when you start to have problems with your family, with your children, with your wife, with your husband, and things start to fall apart, even though you're apparently doing well, you're not using your intelligence. So we need to get back to what real intellect is, what real intelligence is, how to use it in benefit of yourself and not to be used by other people. And while they're telling you you're intelligent, they're using you to the fullness for their betterment and not to your betterment. So I don't no longer wear that dunce hat. It was only for one afternoon, as far as I realized, but many of us have been wearing it for many, many years. And sad thing to say is that many of us are going to wear it right into our graves. We're not going to ever have a life that belongs to us. And we're ever going to be saying we do not have the time to do X, Y, or Z. Even when we go to bed, we have to basically tank ourselves up just to get to sleep. We struggle to go to sleep. Where we should just put our head on a pillow and be asleep within 3 or 4 minutes, we struggle with our sleep because we're not using our intelligence. We're working for somebody else, and our spirit knows it, and our mind is trying to fight against it. And there we end up in suffering. And that really is what our suffering is all about. So I'm going to wrap up here. I don't like to speak too long on any particular subject. I know people's attention span is not that great. So I like to start these things. We can carry them on later on at different times. I definitely want to go deeper into intellect and intelligence and what it is, and spirituality, and how we can, uplift ourselves and uplift our friends and our family, and how we can be, but we're going to have to be authentic to do this. There's no way around it. There's no way you can pretend that you're okay when you're not okay and improve. That's the kiss of death. You can't do that. You have to be honest. You have to be authentic. And when something isn't working, then you have to find a way to change it. Real men and real women don't make excuses. They just see a problem and then find the solution. And you can always find the solution because you're the boss. The solution just means you say it's a solution, then it's a solution. It's as simple as that. You don't have to be thinking a million different things of what the solution is. What you say the solution is, that will be the solution. You do what you have to do and you move on from there. So I'll see you back soon. Live for Love TV. Good talking to you.
People, one step more, one step more, one step more, one step more, until you reach your goals. One step more.
This is Live for Love